Welcome back to Grinstead Hockey TV. It's our second live stream of the day, and we open up with a shot of the glorious sunset behind the pitch as our guests Cardiff and Met warm up in the distance in the background, and the EG team in white warm up in the foreground, and you can see to the left of your screen Ollie Smart there. Being warmed up by one of his teammates. I think that looks like it could be Ross Stott, but we will check on that and get back to you later. Today we have already had one match. East Grinstead women played against Durham University in the Women's Premier League. Durham came out flying at the beginning of the game, really aggressive play, and actually went a goal ahead. East Grinstead worked their way into the game, and two goals from Bieber Mills. I think a deflection from a cross was her first goal, a penalty stroke, and then a very nicely worked corner saw Beth Alexander score what I think is her first game for East Grinstead, and she certainly looked very happy about it as well. Now, we will check on those things, and sometimes in the heat of the action, you can make the odd mistake here and there, but that's what we think happened. We'll check the England Hockey website later because, as we know, they're very accurate. So let's see what this afternoon continues to have in store for us. Just by way of... Well, we'll be back with you in just a moment. By way of confirmation, today East Grinstead host Cardiff and Met. And we have a little while to go before the game begins, but let's see if we can have a look at the squads. Let's start with our visitors. So we have Ian Wall, number 3, Johnny Fleck, number 7. Johnny, a former East Grinstead player. I'm going to butcher some of these pronunciations, so please forgive me. Dan Kyriakides, Dale Hutchinson, James Tyson, Will Penrose, William Riley, Jack Pritchard, Scott Rawlings, Freddie Cable, we'll come back to him in a minute, Matt Dicker, Sean Goldsmith, Harry Bogle, Mark Philpott, Liam Barker and Louis Vian. Now, Freddie Cable just arrived in Cardiff in September, part of the East Grinstead under-18 team from last season. A really bright prospect, exciting young player. Really excited to welcome him back to East Grinstead. I think today is actually his first Premier League game for Cardiff and Met. Having checked their squads for the last 2-3 games, it doesn't appear as though he's played yet. So I think if that's correct, I think that's a lovely touch by the Cardiff and Met group to give him his debut at his home club, as it were. So we'll be looking out for Freddie Cable, number 23, to see what he can do today. Hopefully he'll have a great game, but hopefully he won't get home with any points, but we'll see about that. Now the East Grinstead team, number 5, Daniel Faulkner, taken over the captaincy from his brother. Number 6, Fergus Jackson. 7, James Smith. 8, Sam Knight. 9, Jonty Elms, has scored a few goals for us already. 10, Joe Farmer, 12, Ollie Baxter, 14, Brad Reed, 15, Simon Faulkner, 16, Tom Tyres. I think this might be Tom's first game in the ones this season, returning to action after several games last year. 18, Kurt Lovett, 20, Malachi Hayes, 22, Ross Stott, 23, Steve Perry, 27, Josh Barrett, and number 30, Ollie Smart in goal. And if I'm right, I think Malachi Hayes played in that under-18 team last year with Freddie Cable. So it'll be very interesting to see those two go up against each other during the game. Cardiff and Net here practicing their corner routine. I'm sure that'll be an important part of the game for them today. Little group of spectators there. That's the Perse School running around. Mentioned to you before, the school that Glenn Kirkham was involved at that school number of years ago. Tess Howard is a former pupil. Every year they bring the girls down to watch a game or two, and you'll be able to hear them in the background. They are a very vocal group, and they seem to have a lot of fun. The East Grinstead group just doing their small-sided game as they warm up. You can see in the centre dugout Eva Gilbert there with her camera getting a few action shots, and you can see some bouncy, energetic juniors on the steps getting ready for their crucial role as mascots. They will walk out with the team before the game. Thanks, guys, for turning up to watch our stream. I really appreciate it. And one like so far. I think we got up to 20 in the women's game just earlier on. Really appreciate those likes. We go to quite a lot of effort to try to put on the live stream, and we welcome feedback. So if you've got comments, please do chat to us during the game. We will give shout outs or try to respond to any comments that you have during the game. We really think that live streaming the games is important for the sport, and each year we try to just improve things little by little, but there's always things that we can pick up from feedback, and maybe you've got some ideas that we haven't thought of. Don't be shy. We will look forward to hearing from you. 3 minutes to the start of the game, and you'll see the teams are both preparing themselves to walk out with the ball patrol. And you can see number 6, Fergus Jackson, speaking to coach Wesley Jackson, along with the captain Daniel Faulkner, just having a drink with his pink shoes on, orange shoes. Number 14, Brad Reed. And there goes number 15, Simon Faulkner. And Wesley doing a good job there of tidying up the cones and the bibs. Or maybe just with his foot. And there at the back of the line is Ross Stott, number 22, with both of his little ones. I know that's a really important part of the whole setup for him, and for both our men's and women's teams. I think it's important for them going out with the little ones as they do the ball patrol. Both teams look ready to get cracking. And the first pushback is with Cardiff and Met in their all black. So it's all black against all white. First aerial of the game. Brad Reed snuffs that out on the bounce. He's being pinned in a small space in the back right-hand corner. And challenge for EG to try to get the ball out of that congested little space. Josh Barrett trying to rush over to save that from going out, but he's saved there by Ollie Baxter. Fergus Jackson in the middle. Nice back out to Josh Barrett. Really lovely interplay there by East Grinstead. Big crossfield aerial there from Simon Faulkner, looking to find a forward in the circle. I think that's definitely going to be a feature of this season. We've already seen both several teams playing aerials into the circle. Nice interplay there by Cardiff. Really sharp, quick save there by Ollie Smart. A smart save by Smart. Long corner for Cardiff. Both teams really trying to get their ball speed going nicely and nice and early. Sounds like the faithful have got their vuvuzelas going. James Smith there using his pace, winning a free hit just outside the circle on the right-hand side. Simon Faulkner creeping up the left. Good blocking there by East Grinstead as Cardiff look to bring the ball out. Gives CG a chance to go round the inside right. And now another long corner. Big hit in there from the right half. Judged, I think, to be a little bit too high.
Don't need to go too far in, Ollie. Bench, well done. Come on, next thing, get the next thing. Drop away, get tight.
First corner of the game awarded to Cardiff and Met. Great save off the line there from East Grinstead. And a slip there by Josh Barrett. But the Cardiff player can't control the pass in the circle, and it's gone for East Grinstead 16. EG look to play it back round. Joe Farmer there to Brad Reed. It's coming back to Brad Reed again. Big aerial to the byline. James Smith can't bring that one down. I think that was Smithy. Couldn't bring that one down. Now he's racing back to defend a large aerial. Great work there, I think, by Joe Farmer. Lost it in the end, but initial great defensive work.
Set up, lads. Set up. Come on, quicker. Tighter. Joe, tighter. Check shoulders.
Come on, guys, give us a couple of likes. We got 2 so far. I want to get to about 20. If you can help us with that, would be really good. And any comments, drop into the chat. You have to be a subscriber to do the comments, but it doesn't cost you anything, and you only have to subscribe for 5 minutes, and then chat is unlocked. Kurt Lovett there, left hand down on the ground, but even though he had that low posture, he wasn't able to prevent the ball from hitting his foot. Pressure there from the Cardiff players, pressing. Free hit in from the side for East Grinstead. Farmer on the near side, number 10, edging his way out wide, trying to give space for the pass. Kurt Lovett there, recycling the ball. is again in the centre of the pitch. Instantly was under a lot of attention from Cardiff players. Now Cardiff have a chance to break, but Brad Reed comes back and clears up the mess. A bit of pinball going on here, but good defence from EG. Perhaps to get the ball past the halfway line, they can start to change the territorial advantage map. Thanks everyone for the likes. 10's a bit more respectable. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Great tackle by Brad Reed there, and a goal by Cardiff and Met. Let's see if we can have a look at this goal. Fumbled there a little bit by Ross Stott, and the guy on the line I think would slightly poached that, but nevertheless it was look at this from another angle in a second and see whether the ball looks as though it's going wide or not. We'll have a little look at the goal from a couple of different angles. So here you can see, actually we'll roll it forwards. This guy on the line has an interesting chance to take the glory shot away. And do we think that was going wide? Yeah, we think it might have been going wide. And I think we can look at one last angle here. From here it's difficult to tell, but the guy on the line definitely made sure that went to Cardiff and Met. So just under 2 minutes remain in the first quarter, and Cardiff and Met have first blood. So it's EG 0, Cardiff Met 1. Quite a lot of debate going on out there, lots of shouting, and I think Brad Reed will find Simon Faulkner as he plays it around the back. Faulkner into the circle, and really interesting chance there. We're at quarter time, and we can just see what happened with that one. So it's going to come to John T. Elms, number 9 at the left. He tries to play it under the goalkeeper's body, but just wasn't able to do it. Look at that again from behind the goal. Here he goes, receiving the ball, and yeah, good save by the goalkeeper. So both teams lining up for the second quarter. We need to just change that on the screen for you. So we're into second quarter now. Brad Reed at the back there with the ball. Big aerial to Josh Barrett. Josh plays it back to Brad. Simon there signalling that actually he had a pass down the line if Josh had played it to him. Another big aerial to a right winger, but unfortunately bringing it down gives it to the Cardiff defender. Now EG now looking to recycle. Nice play by Josh Barrett, a nice young developing player. Aerial from Simon Faulkner into crowded circle. Bit of ping pong. EG looking to try and pick up the scraps, which they do pretty much just outside the circle, and another turnover. Thanks for the comment, Lillian. Obviously, you've got a very busy Saturday if you've just done an hour and a half of commentary and now you're watching the live stream. It's a really easy answer. My favourite EG faithful chant is the one about Carlotta. Not going to sing it for you. Great tackle there by Josh Barrett. Really nice work. And plays it nice. Ah, that's unfortunate that that piece of play's turned over there. Another big aerial from Brad Reed to the byline. Smithy there, number 7, sprinting across, trying to close down with the press, and Brad Reed tidies up at the back. Great addition to the group. Brad Reed is real quality leadership and really great input into the women's ones coaching setup as well. Cardiff not making it easy for him back there, but he's found a foot, and pre-scanning he's found his pass, his aerial pass across field to the right half, brings it down. Ollie Smart there, paying attention to all the activity. Sun well and truly setting. I think we all heard that one. Big chop there, and I think that's Fergus Jackson looking to get the ball into the circle rapidly and win a short corner. So two Castles, Daniel Faulkner and Kurt Lovett. And it goes to Kurt Lovett, and it's Jonty Elms who scores the goal. Have a second look at that. Injection by James Smith, stopped by Kurt Lovett, and drag flick by Jonty Elms. Gets it around the first runner. The guy on the line can't stop it. And great to see Luke Elms on the chat. I'm imagining you're a relation of. Great to see you. I can't imagine what time it is for you. It's 6:30 in the evening here in the UK. It's probably horribly early for you in the morning. So thank you ever so much for watching and supporting. Really, really appreciate it. And thanks for lending us Jonty. Great defending there by Ross Stott, high up the pitch in the opposition half, preventing any damage from coming our way. Ollie Smart a little bit fortunate there, making the save, got the ball caught underneath his boot, but managed to get rid in the end. "16-yard hit for EG. Missed control there by Brad Reed in the circle, and ultimately results in a short corner for Cardiff. Well charged down, and EG come away with a short 16-yard hit and find Kurt Lovett on the left-hand side. Fergus Jackson plays the ball across to Dan Faulkner in the central defensive position. Fergus is hugging that sideline. Fergus at number 6 at the bottom of your picture there, must be hoping to get the ball fairly soon. He's actually creating quite a lot of space with his positioning. And a short corner for EG. Just we won't show the replay because we don't want to interrupt the corner, but Josh Barrett receiving the ball on the edge of the circle made contact with the ball, but seemed to just fluff it and just played it flat along the ground. So somehow in the Cardiff clearance, I think it was judged to have gone a bit too high. So now EG have a second corner, and we've got two Castles, and it's Fergus Jackson, number 6, and Daniel Faulkner, number 5. And a rear ward. Same two strikers, Jackson and Faulkner. Daniel Faulkner again scores from a short corner. We're gonna look back at that and see what happened there. I think there's a possibility there might have been a deflection that actually scored the goal. Was it a deflection or was it a straight strike? Oh yes, it was a deflection, and it was Joe Farmer. Fantastic. So the first of those goals was scored by Joe Farmer, number 10. And then there was a goal rapidly afterwards, and we're still trying to figure out who we think scored that second goal. So let's show you the replay. And this was coming at the far post. I think this is Ollie Baxter. Very, very nice. Yes. So yeah, confirmation there that third goal was scored by Ollie Baxter. Difficult to see from the run of play, but luckily by looking at the different angles, we've been able to get to the bottom of that one. Really, really nice play there by EG, and really congratulations, Ollie Baxter. Thanks for the comment, MHN Production. Yes, what a finish from Ollie. Absolutely agree, on his nose. Fantastic. John TM steals the ball and oh, lovely little touch. I'd like to see that again. Ollie Baxter nearly had a second one there, and I think you'll see it in just a second. Yeah, we can show you now that we've got to half time. Let's have a look at So John Tielms carried the ball in and he played it to Ollie Baxter. And I think on another day, Ollie wouldn't have fallen here, but also on another day that probably would have gone in. But great reactions by the goalkeeper. Great opportunity to see behind the goal and also from above. You can see what the two teams are sort of up to. Obviously, we're not going to turn the microphones on because we don't want to give away any of the massively insightful strategic discussions that are going on. But good to see up close what's going on. I think you can see Mike Farmer, the manager there, just on the right with the jeans on. His son's just scored a goal, so he's probably feeling pretty good. I know Mike's had a tough week. He's been very, very sick all week, so it's really good to have him back with us after missing him for 5 or 6 days. You can see Wesley Jackson there, lots of finger pointing and just gesticulating. He's imparting his ideas to the group. Daniel there with his captain armband, number 5. And you can see the team beginning to come away. I know we're biased, but we do like the environment here. We're very privileged to play in such a great spot, and you can see just to the left of your screen above the goal the roof of the 4 paddle courts. So there you have the paddle, and just to the left of that, the lookout bar, hospitality space. So we will see that in action throughout the season. Both the men's and the women's teams heavy users of the paddle courts, and a lot of the parents of the juniors seem to be heavy users of the paddle courts as well. Thanks to our sponsors. Hopefully you can see them along the banners, and we'll return to the game action now. Penalty stroke for East Grinstead, a save on the line. I thought that might have been a foot, but from the distance it wasn't 100% clear. Now who's going to take this? Is that Simon Faulkner? We'll be able to tell if it's Simon Faulkner about how long it takes him to walk from there to the penalty spot. There he goes. There's it's no sign of limping, so that's good. A trademark flick by Simon Faulkner there. We enjoy that. Cardiff looking to get something out of this third quarter. 10 minutes to go. We expect them to get a few more corners, and I think there'll be a threat at corners. I don't think EG can sit back. I think they definitely need to try to keep the pressure up. So both teams probably still going to take some risks at some points. Looks like we've got all of the Elmses watching. Hi, Clayton. Thanks for your comment. I'd love to know what time it is. I know we should mention all goal scorers for both teams. So thanks, Bobby, for your feedback. It's really hard because we don't know all of the players from the opposing teams. Obviously, we know ours, and it's just the quality of information we get from the visiting teams is often it's a little bit just in time for the game. I don't want to point fingers or lay blame, but we just try really hard to do the best we can with the information that we've got available. What would be really amazing is if each visiting team could bring an injured player to sit in the studio with us and do the commentary with us. That would really make it even, and we'd love that. So just a thought. And thanks everyone for the likes. We really appreciate it. 21 is a great number. Quite a long way to go. We might be able to get to 30. So thank you very much. Fergus Jackson, they'd be a bit grumpy with himself for not controlling that. And Cardiff will definitely be looking to turn that into some possession. And as they edge their way up the pitch. Thanks for the generous feedback. I think we've got a little bit to learn, but we try to do our best. Bobby, thanks for that. I had a suspicion, given it was you that commented, that it may have been a relative of yours that had scored the goal, so thanks. So Harry Bogle, number 27 for Cardiff, was the goal scorer that put Cardiff ahead in the early stages of the game. And Clayton, 12 hours ahead of us. So now you've got your daylight saving. So that means it's 7 a.m. So hopefully you're having a champagne breakfast, and we'd love to see you over here. So if you're tempted to come over in the spring for the second half of the season, we'd love to welcome you and really show you some British hospitality. And as you can see, it does not always rain here. Bit of a loose pass there by EG, and Cardiff's number 22 manages to get possession back for Cardiff. A little bit scrappy. Malachi Hayes there, number 20, picking things up, and 27, I mentioned a few times, Josh Barrett, having another great game for East Grinstead. It's really nice to see some young players really solidifying their position in a team and playing simple quality hockey. There you go. Barrett to Farmer to Hayes, I think that is. Not short of confidence, but also playing good quality simple hockey. Big tackle there by I think that was Brad Reed in EG, trying to find their way into the circle. EG win another corner, and I think that was I think I saw Steve Perry making his way up the pitch there, looking to get involved in that attack. Let's see what they can do with this corner. I'm going to play with fire here. I'm going to ask for some feedback. We've really worked hard on the tech for our action replays, and I'm going to ask those of you who've got a keyboard, give us your feedback. Are we doing it too much, not enough? Have you noticed it's different from what other streams are doing? Do you think it's good? Tell us, give us your feedback, and tell us what you'd like to see. Meanwhile, two castles, John T and Daniel. Let's see what happens here. John T goes high, saved by the goalkeeper, high. I'm just going to show you that corner from an interesting angle. This is a bit eye-watering, but here we go. And the goalkeeper, nearly hits the camera. Yeah, thank goodness for that. Let's see what Cardiff are trying to do there. Get one across the face of the goal for a deflection in at the far post, perhaps, and just unfortunately got a little bit underneath it. Kurt Lovett carrying the ball up high, tries to play it to Joe Farmer, and you see from the expressions on both of them that they were frustrated with that, but they both know they can do better. Thanks for the feedback. I think we're trying to get some replays in the breaks between each quarters. One of the things that we're learning is how can we store up a set of replays for viewing later in the game when there's a quiet patch. But thanks for the comments. I think the EG pushed the Cardiff player off the ball there. I don't understand why he had his hands out. It was very obvious to me. And by our clock, we are past the end of the third quarter. Joe Farmer makes an interception. Cardiff have an opportunity here in the last few moments. And now that is the end of the third quarter. Here we go. Here's a rerun of a moment from earlier in the game. I think this is an opportunity for John T. Elms. He just couldn't quite get that fantastic save by the Cardiff goalkeeper. And we're going to just let that run on to a couple of other sequences. I do like this goal. I want to see us score more goals like that. I'm sure the guy who took this shot was not aiming wide, but we should be aiming wide more of the time. You know what they say, make the goal big. So final quarter. With a bit of luck, we might be able to show you the shot that just happened. Actually, the Cardiff player made a great save. Just take a quick look at this one, and the ball's played in, I think, and let's just rock that back, and you'll see the Cardiff player, I think it's number 8. Look at this. He's basically just saved Cardiff from going another goal down. Great running by Josh Barrett, and Ollie Baxter overlaps him, and he was looking for Ollie. That was a lovely little bit of play. Bit of a physical interaction there, and short corner for Cardiff. Opportunity for them to get a goal back. Plenty of time in quarter 4 as well. So left castle or right castle? Number 3 or number 22? EG taking their time to get their protective gear on. It's a goal for Cardiff. Now we're going to have a look at that and see who got that goal. There's the injection. And it was not the straight strike that scored the goal, but it was the guy following up on the penalty spot. And that is a difficult skill. You can help us with that. Who got that goal? Number 21, I think. We think that was Jack Pritchard. So Jack Pritchard, if we're right, and please comment and help us out here, that brings the score to EG 4, Cardiff and Met 2. Thanks, Fiona Tyson. I'm suspecting you're a relative of one of the Tysons. I think there's just one Tyson playing for Cardiff, but Cardiff's tails are up here. And they're definitely, you can see the energy levels from the team have raised. Thanks, Bobby. So just as a few moments ago, East Grinstead conceded a corner from a clumsy challenge on the edge of the circle. So now Cardiff have done the same. I think it's a bit harsh. It was well outside the circle. But EG get a corner with them just under 10 minutes remaining. I'd like to apologise for the musical interlude there. That was an accident. East Grinstead's short corner fluffed, and another attempt into the circle not quite going according to plan. More great work there by Josh Barrett. He's having another great game, I think. I watched his game away at Beeston earlier in this evening, and I thought he had a fantastic game there, and he's doing that again here. I mean, it's a good team performance, don't get me wrong. As a lovely bit of play there by Cardiff and Met. Unfortunately, the right forward couldn't quite get his stick on the ball. I think that's just went a whisker wide. And the Cardiff momentum is, as we said, a goal for Cardiff. We need to work out who got that one. Brings the score to EG4, Cardiff 3. And here you go. So help me out here, guys. Difficult to know who. Number 21. So that we know who that is, don't we? Jack Pritchard. So 5 minutes to go, and we know that Cardiff are a tough side to beat, having been down there a few times in the last few seasons. And just like us, they won't want to travel all that way not to take something home with them. That said, I think EG also know what it's like to throw away a lead, and they're going to want to try to hold on to this now slender advantage. Free hit for Cardiff outside the circle. Can you get us to 30 likes? Just need 4 more. $16 for East Grinstead. 4 minutes remaining. Cardiff have taken their goalkeeper off, and East Grinstead have 2 chances there, and we'll have a look at those in a moment. I've got to say, really bold from Cardiff to take the goalkeeper off. 3 minutes, can they salvage a draw? Maybe even can they do better than that? And having the numerical advantage on field will be a factor now. Here's Kurt Lovett. He's picked up the balls, playing it to Joe Farmer, and here comes Josh Barrett. And East Grinstead get the goal. So that was good play by East Grinstead, I have to say, clinical. So we can't decide whether this is Sam Knight or Ollie Baxter. I think that's Sam Knight. So Ollie Baxter, apologies if I've got this wrong, but I think that was Sam Knight that scored that goal. So we're going to notch it up to number 8 until we know better. Not accounting for stoppages, there's less than a minute remaining. Still nobody in the Cardiff and Met goal. These Grinstead need to move the ball around rather than just dribble it.
Boys, pick it back! That's still got 2 minutes. That's still got 2 minutes. Good.
So Cardiff have put their goalkeeper back on. And by our clock, that's the end of time. But as always, we know that there's stoppages here and there. These Grinstead, I don't like to see this, but playing the ball in the corner. And there you have it. Is that right? Is that the end of the game? No, he's blown the whistle. I think he's just given someone a card. Can't quite tell whether that exactly is what happens. And there you have it. Full time. East Grinstead 5. Cardiff and Met 3. Second time EG have scored 5 goals this season. First one was against Beeston away. And there's confirmation of the final score. Great game. No nasty moments there. I think both teams played really well sportingly.